welcome back to the channel. Don't forget like, subscribe and click on the bell for notifications. Let's get on with the unboxing. So this is the X1S Smart remote from SofaBaton. I think that's how you pronounce it, SofaBaton. Yeah, it's supposed to be smart. You're supposed to be able to use it on multiple devices, and we are going to be testing it and see if you can. So for instance, for example, TV. Say for instance you've got a audio system. I don't have an audio system, but just in case you've got one, or you've got something else that you can remotely control, say for instance your PlayStation. Yeah, it might work on that as well. So not only can you do like your TV and maybe even say your Sky box or your Virgin box, but maybe even do your actually games controller. So with that, let's see what you're compatible with. And now, according to this, it's compatible with over 500,000 devices, or 500 plus devices, all in one customized activity hub. Mobile app, infrared, Bluetooth control, IR blaster, 45 days working time. Now, from what I understand is, when it's sitting down doing nothing, it goes into idle mode, but as soon as you pick it up, it wakes up. Also, apparently you can connect it to She Who Shall Not Be Named, Alexa. Yes, apparently. Not sure how that one works, but we will find out. Or maybe not, I don't know. So let's get her out of the box and see what she looks like. So we have instructions. This goes into a bit more detail than the quick guide one, so you might find this more informative, if you like, with some cue codes. One for tutorial, so tutorial, one for submit a ticket, live chat, which I thought was very good, and one for downloading an app. Yes, you will need to download an app. Yeah, very good. I like that. Easy to understand, that one. Then we have the quick guide. Not so easy to understand, but if you've read this first, you get the idea about this, which is not really the point, is it? But there it is. We have, for this version anyway, a UK plug adapter. It only needs USB. Yes, USB. We have USB to USB type C connection. That is for charging up this. I believe it needs charging up, or it might need permanent power. I'm not 100% sure, but this definitely needs charging up. So we have two of these. So two USB to USB type C connections. We have two sensors with jack plug connection. Now those will go into this little hub. So on the back we have, not sure what that is, some sort of sensor, USB type C connection, like I said earlier, might be for charging it up, might be for giving it permanent power, jack plug 1, jack plug 2, and little slots for mounting it on a wall or ceiling or wherever. They do recommend you should do this in line of sight if possible. And I believe that's a little sensor on there, or a little light anyway. So yeah, nice little touch. And then the remote control itself. Nicely laid out. Now I did watch a couple of videos on this, and someone said, yeah, but the back button's too far away and you have to reach up to it to, you know, press it and that. But then that person did turn around and said, not that you use the back button much anyway. Now this comes out of sleep mode once picked up. As you can see, it's already come out. So we've got activities, devices, settings. Now the way this works, from what I understand, you need to connect your devices first, and then you can combine your devices for activities. I think that's how it works. And then you have to scroll wheel up and down. Also, if you press it, it will go into another function, as you can see. Come back out of there. And then we have this button here for doing other things, like controlling your, say for instance, Virgin box, your Sky box, something like that, or even, say for instance, your PlayStation, or even your Xbox. We have a home button, a back button. That is not the same as that one, from what I understand. On-off button, a menu button, plus and minus, I'm guessing that's a volume, mute, change channels, I'm guessing. You know, you may be able to use it for other things as well. Reverse, forward, play and pause, and some colour buttons. And they will do various different things. And it's got a nice weight to it, but it does feel a bit slippery. I would have liked it to be not so slippery, in my opinion. So let me peel this off. So that is everything you get in the box. Now, I need to download the actual app to get the best out of this. And when you download the app, it will do an update to your hub, this little baby here, up to 500 devices for connectivity. Plus, I believe you can actually teach it new devices as well. We will not be trying that, as far as I know. I'm hoping it will just work. So let's download the actual app. Very easy to download the app. Now you will need the app for this to actually work, so make sure you download the app, and not only that, make sure you allow it access to all the information it needs, and you will need an account as well, just to get the best experience, alright? So make sure you do everything that it says. It's easy to follow, easy to understand, and it's easy to connect the app to the actual hub. Very easy. Now, before I show you how to connect to a device, say for instance your TV or your Fire Stick, something like that, let me just give you a little demonstration of how well it works. And there are two options. Yes, believe it. One is, obviously you can use the actual remote control that comes with it, or you can actually use the actual app on the phone, and it works just as well as if you're using this. In fact, you might even prefer to use the app that's on the phone rather than the remote, but it's up to you. This also has the app has a search option, so you can actually find your remote. Say for instance it's fallen down the back of a chair and you think, well, where is it? You can get the app to find it for you by vibrating or making a noise. I haven't actually tried it, but yeah. Like I said, you can use your phone if you want to. I did find in some circumstances that was easier to do than sometimes using it, because it can be a little bit fiddly, but it does have the shortcuts on here. So you select what device you want. Say for instance my TV, I have a Samsung TV, and you have to tell it which one you want or which one you're going to be using. So you make sure it's green. So if you scroll down, say for instance my Fire TV, if I click on that, it will go green, and then you can go inside and do whatever you want to do. Or you can use the shortcuts. Now, not all the shortcuts will work exactly as you would think they would, but it is pretty good. Right, so I did have one issue which I have resolved, and I'm going to explain to you how I resolved it and what the issue it is. So it was my Virgin Media box. I could not get it to work. Now, what you should be doing is go infrared, yeah, do a search and then type in Virgin Media, which is what I've done. Virgin Media, click on that, and I've got the 360. Click on that, install it, job done. No, it didn't work. So I contacted their helpline, their live helpline, and they got back to me. It took a little while, you know, a couple of hours. And they said, oh, what you need to do is, let me go back and show you, is you need to type in Ziggo. Yeah, I know, you think, why? So you go to Ziggo, and here is a Virgin Media 360 user shared, and they said you need to install that one. So I did, and guess what? It wouldn't work. So what I done, I was getting a bit frustrated here. I was thinking, well, it's not working. What about these? What do these do? So I tried the Media Box next, just out of curiosity, and guess what? It worked. Yes, it works unbelievably. It does actually work, and not all the controls work, but most of them work, and it probably just wants a reconfiguration so that it all works. So now, when I look at this, I have Samsung, Fire TV, Virgin Media Box, because once you've downloaded it, you can actually change the name of what it is, and so I changed it to Virgin Media Box, so I know it's that one. So now I can combine my Virgin Media Box with my Samsung TV to work together if I wanted to. Brilliant. Now the other thing I liked about this, which I haven't explained, is, let me go back, one more. So for instance, I'm going onto my Virgin Media Box. Yeah, you can see everything there. Now if you look here, Yeah, you've got a list, power, info, XC, pause, blah, 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 on demand, and then the numbers right down here somewhere. See that numbers? Well, originally, they was up the top. So it was up here, just under the power. You can move things about. You don't have to have it in that order. It's easy to move. And plus, I found that most of the buttons work, except for this back button, which probably just wants a bit of reconfiguration. Like I said, you can move things about, you can reconfigure everything. So I thought, yeah, so I'll try it, and yeah, away I went. The buttons were working. I could do virtually everything that I have on the main remote control for the Virgin box, I can do on here now. Or even on here. Yeah, I know, brilliant. Now, if you go into Edit, and you go Add Repair Commands, you can repair, or you can move. So if you go on to Sort, yeah, you can move anything you like. Say for instance you want to move arrow down and you want to move it to under arrow left, like so. See, easy. Arrow down, I want to move it back up. And that will change it on the remote control as well. Yeah, very easy. Like I said, at first I thought, oh, it's not working. So now I have Samsung, Fire TV, and Virgin Media, and everything else seems to be working fine. You know, it turns the TV on and off. It will go into whatever HDMI connection I'm on, and I can change that with ease. I have no issues with that whatsoever. The same as my Fire Stick TV. It just works flawlessly. No issues. So yeah, perfect. Now, let me quickly show you how easy it is to add a device, because you might want to know, and it is extremely easy. Right, so as you can see, I've got Samsung Ziggo Fire TV. So to add another device, you hit the plus button, and you have 4 different options. You have infrared, which is the ones that you would normally use, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and RF. Now on the RF there are 2 options, RF433 and RF315. Not used them. I would imagine they might be, say for instance you've got an audio deck or something like that, you know, surround sound system, you might need it for that. Normally you go for the top one, which is your IR infrared, yeah? So search models, test command from cloud, and learning. Now I haven't tried the learning, but they say it works, and I'm not going to try it. So search mode. Now you have a load of options, hundreds and hundreds. Now, if you know what you're looking for, say for instance Samsung TV, you can just type it up here. Samsung, yeah, and move that out of the way. Search on there, and voila. Now that's all your Samsungs, yeah. Different models, depending on what it is. Easy enough. Now, let me actually install one and show you how easy it is to install. Right, say for instance, let's go for the easy one, Bose. Yeah, Bose. Now, select which one it is. I don't know which one. Say Bose, DVD, Blu-ray. Yeah, there you go. That is it. Now, you can either test it, so these are for testing, or you can just go next. Gives you an icon. Yeah, we'll have that icon. You can change the icon. Click on complete. It downloads the actual coding, and it will install it to this as well. Now, you need to make sure you're close to the hub for it to actually work. Also, if you're going to stick it in a cupboard, make sure you've got line of sight, because I stuck mine in a cupboard. Even though that had a mesh front on the actual door, it still wouldn't pick it up, and I had to move it in the end and put it on top of the unit, and yeah, it worked perfectly. Something to bear in mind, unless you've got an open thing. So it says complete, yeah, complete. So Bose, so now that will update. Now it might not work because we're quite away from the actual hub, so I'm not sure if it transfers from here to here or from here to the hub to here, which I think is what it does. Let me go and let it do its update in the other room. And there it is, all done. Click on that, goes green, and that means them controls will work now for the actual Bose. I don't have a Bose, by the way. I'd like one, but I don't actually have one. And you can go inside and do other things as well, like input, output, change the input and output, auxiliary, input tune the TV, all sorts of things. Pause. Again, you can still use these as well. And come back out. So yeah, so that all works. Now, should you wish to use activities, that is basically where you combine two different items together or more to do something like, for instance, say you've got a projector and you've got a projector screen. You want the projector screen to come down and you want the projector to turn itself on at the same time. You can do this. Now, you can't actually do it on the remote control. You have to do it within the app. Again, it's quite easy to do. So it says, look, no activities available, click to add. So click. Now what you need, say for instance, I want the Samsung TV to come on and the Fire TV to come on together. Watch Fire TV. See? Not configured, them. Okay? Click on next. Samsung Fire, no need to switch, no need to switch. Next. See, we've got Samsung on, Fire TV on or off. Click next. And it's showing you a combination button. Select the device you want to remote volume button to control. Select the device you want the other remote buttons to control besides volume. That. Go back actually. Samsung, yeah. Right, click next. And then we want icon. What should we have? We're going to add that one. And we need to give it a name. Fire and TV. Yeah, Fire and TV complete. And now, as a combo, you can turn on your TV and your Fire Stick at the same time. Clever. Or whatever, you know, like I said, if it's a projector with a projector screen, you can turn both of them on with one press of a button. How clever is that? And plus, you can connect it to Alexa. Yes. And she can do it for you. Wouldn't that be good? And that is it. So now, once this is updated, I need to go back in the other room again so it gives a better signal for updating. Oh, it's doing it, 20%. Yeah, it's doing it slowly but surely. So we're on 20%, it's synchronizing. And now when you go to activities, you have Fire and TV. And you're ready to go. Haven't tried it, it should work, but it might not do because I've never used it before. First time ever. So that is the idea, so you can combine different things to work together. Like I said, projector screen, drops down, comes on, the film starts, job done. Same as your TV. You might have surround sound system that you need to turn on, TV you need to turn on. You can do all that through the app on the phone, and it transfers all the information over to the remote control. And like I said earlier, you don't have to use the remote control to control things because you can do exactly the same through the app on your phone, which I thought, actually, that might even be better. Just imagine if you've got a tablet sitting there next to you, you could do it all on a tablet as well. Yeah, very clever. So with that, yeah, definitely gets my thumbs up. I was a bit dubious with the Virgin Media, but we got there in the end. So now I have Samsung TV, Fire TV, and the Virgin Media box, all connected. And you can link them all together if you wanted to. I'm not going to be doing that, but I might link the Virgin with the Samsung TV to come on at the same time. Makes sense, doesn't it? Let me know if you need a future video on how to combine it all together. I know I showed it in now, but you might want it a bit more in detail. Let us know in the comment section. And also, if you like this video, you know what to do. Give me the thumbs up, subscribe, and click on the bell for notifications. Thank you very much for watching. And don't forget, you can use the app as well as using this to change channels and mess about with it. Link in the video description below.